Donaire and Obali both made 117.6 on the scale. So we're going to do the tell of the tape real fast. We got Donaire coming in at 5'7" with a 68.5-inch reach to Obali, who was 5'3.5" with a 67-inch reach. Both guys fought on the same card the last time they fought, and it was against the NEOAs. Obali won his, Donaire lost his. However, Donaire, which I'm going to bring up, did some damage to NEOA. He did do damage to the monster. So before I get into this breakdown, unofficial prediction, we're going to say this. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you get updated when I drop the newest content like this. Now, with that being said, let's get into the video. Both guys look great on the scale. I would say Donaire looked very good. Didn't look sunken in at all. No emaciation, no nothing. He looked like this is a prime weight for him. And I expect him to be in top peak condition when he gets in the ring against Obali. Obali, he's more muscular. He didn't look weight drained either. He looked very good on the scale as well. Let's start with Obali. His weaknesses are this. He likes to fight dirty. And I say that's a weakness because if the referee keeps his eyes open, he can take a point away for this. And I really want the fans to listen to this. I'm going to give a case in point. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but in his last fight against NEOA, it just sticks out because it was his last fight. In the first round, you don't even have to go far into the fight. In the first round, around a minute 10 to a minute 25 left, NEOA and Obali come close together in the clinch. And you'll see Obali hit NEOA underneath the chin with his shoulder, leaping up with it. He does this a lot, and he also hides an elbow behind his hooks. So those are the things that the referee needs to look out for. Being that I've seen him do this in several fights, I just don't have like a timestamp for y'all, but y'all can look back on that one and see what I'm talking about with the shoulder. These are weaknesses because if you fight dirty, you tend to fight dirty and you'll fall back into that. So the referee really needs to be looking out for things like that. Another thing that he likes to do, which he's a good uppercutter, is the fact that he's wide open when he likes to leap in a straight line and try to throw an uppercut. What I mean by that is he doesn't really jab to throw it. He just comes straight in a straight line and throws an uppercut at his opponents. Now, that is a very good opportunity to catch him coming straight down the pipe with a straight bow counter. Just slip a little bit to the side and hit him with the straight right. Donaire is good at that, but we'll get into that later. So he's very vulnerable to be counterpunched as he's coming in, trying to throw that uppercut from way outside the pocket. Now, another thing he does is he gets hit a lot by the 1-2. Not so much the jab, which is the 1, but the 2, the straight. So I have seen him, he's very good at slipping, but at times he'll slip the jab and he gets caught by the straight hands. So that is a consistent punch that I see there to be. Either throw a feint, hit him with the straight, or throw a jab straight, or you could even do a jab and then catch him with the straight because you see that he's vulnerable to getting hit by straights when the straight's coming behind the jab. That is one of the most frequent punches I see landed on him. So that is definitely a flaw. Another bad thing about him is he's very good at circling, which is a plus. However, when he attacks, just like I was talking about with the uppercut, he comes straight down the pipe. He doesn't really attack from angles, meaning that he's not moving to the side, comes in and attacks the guy. Every time he attacks, he's pretty much straight in front of the guy's straight in front of him. So knowing that a guy leaps in straight at you in a straight line, that's his means of attack, gives you a lot of opportunities to know when he's going to attack because, you know, while he's moving to the side, he normally won't come in at you. You also know that when he sets his feet, he's looking to come in at you because he attacks from straight lines and not so much on the angle. So those are his biggest flaws that I see. Now, his greatest strengths that I see, and this first strength that I'm going to mention will help him out a lot against Donaire. He's a very good body puncher. When you're fighting a guy who's older, I believe Donaire is 38 years old, that body work, that's what you want to go to. You want to work that body, get them old lungs going and try to take them legs away from him. So the body work that he does is very good, and he needs to look to do a lot of that body punching that he does so well in this fight. He's also a great uppercutter. Now, I know I talked about that he attacks from distance from range when he leaps in and throws the uppercut, but a lot of the times he's very accurate in when he chooses to do it. So it's a positive and a negative at the same time. It's a negative because he can be countered. However, most of the time he doesn't get countered because it comes so quickly that he gets away with doing it. So very good uppercutter. So bodywork, uppercuts, great. Now he's very fast with combinations. Now, I would say that I tend to see him more leap in, attack, leap out, leap in, attack, leap out, leap in, uppercut, leap out, leap in, jab straight, leap out. So his combinations to me aren't as frequent as his one punch, two punch, one punch, two punch, here or there. But when he lets his hands go in the pocket, he's very good at connecting with combinations. Very good. And the other thing that I see is a very big strength for him is his slipping. He's very good at slipping. He's not so good at attacking at angles, but when he's sitting in front of you, he slips very well, and that's when that straight line attack comes straight for you. So, again, he kind of mitigates being a straight in and out fighter because of how well he slips. So when you can slip, you can go under a punch, come straight forward, bow, catch him with the counter. So therefore, you don't always have to attack off the straight line. So even though it's a negative, he makes it a positive with how good he slips. These are the 4 biggest weaknesses I see from Donaire. He has a mid guard, but as he gets closer to fighters, that mid guard tends to turn into a higher guard, which leaves his body open. As I said earlier, Obali is a very good body puncher, so you do not want to leave that stomach open for Obali, and he tends to do that. He has another problem against speed fighters. I think about Nicholas Walters. I think about Inoue in his last fight. And what I mean by this is he struggles when those fighters come in very quickly and lets off their shots real quickly, or they hit him with 5-6 combinations that are just super fast punches. He seems to lag behind them and can't really stay up with the speed. Now, another weakness that he tends to have, and 3 and 4 kind of go hand in hand together, is he tends to have a low guard after throwing punches. So what I mean by that is when he throws his punches up high, he kind of recoils down before he brings his arm back up, which leaves his face exposed. Going along with that as well, when he throws to the body, he's kind of slow, bringing the guard back up to his face. Now, the body shots is the longest he goes without his guard protecting him. So it would be in your best interest if you're going to counterpunch him to wait for him to throw to your body, then you pop him to his face because he's extremely slow at getting that guard back up. Now, his 4 greatest strengths are this, in my opinion. Very powerful thudding shots. In his last fight against Inoue, he broke his orbital bone and nose. Very, very, very hard puncher. He's also very good at not putting everything into one shot. So what that means is he can throw a shot at you, miss that first shot, but then he can hit you with the second one. Or he can throw 1, 2, miss with both, and then hit you with a third one because he doesn't put all of his strength, all of his speed, all of his power into each individual shot. More or less, he knows when he's going to land, and that's when the hard shot comes. So he's very good at his touch on punches. He's also very good at short hooks. Now, a lot of guys use a prime example of like Deontay Wilder. They wing hooks out, which leaves you very vulnerable to be countershotted by straight punches, whether it be a jab or straight down the pipe. The thing with him is he has a very tight guard into a very tight hook, and it's very quick how fast those hooks come, which leaves that opportunity to be able to hit him with a straight punch lesser. You don't have as much time to counter him because his hooks are very clean, very tight, and very fast. So that is very good. And he's also extremely good at coming forward, tracking his target as they back up, and not releasing until he's got that gap to where he's in range. What I mean by that is a guy like Obali who comes straight in and straight out, especially backing up. He likes to back up too. Now, like I said, he's good at slipping, but the thing about Donaire is when he comes forward and you start going back in a straight line, a lot of fighters will throw a jab or a straight trying to hit the target as they're backing up. He doesn't do that. Donaire will keep coming forward as you're backing up till he knows you're in range. Then he'll release them shots when you're truly off balance And when you're truly at the back end of the ring, when you're on your back leg and you can't back up anymore because you're out of room, then once that gap is closing, he can land those shots. He lets some hands go versus trying to hit you while he's coming forward and you're going back. So he's very good at tracking the target, seeing when the target either stops, runs out of room, then letting them hands go. Now, to the prediction part of this. My official prediction right now is 52 correct, only 8 wrong out of 60 official predictions. For this particular fight, I cannot do an official prediction. All I can say is who I feel will win, and I feel that Donaire should win this fight. The reason why I'm not willing to do an official prediction is if somebody places a bet because of my high accuracy, I don't want to be the reason why, in this case, they get the bet wrong. The reason why I'm hesitant to do an official prediction is this reason alone. Donaire has not fought for a year and a half, and he's 38 years old. Yes, I have said that older bodies can benefit from the time away from the ring, but at the same time, not every fighter is Manny Pacquiao. Even though they are both from the Philippines, they're not the same person. Manny is very special. Donaire is very good, but Manny's on another level. So with Donaire, as long as he hasn't got old overnight, old since the last time he fought in 2019, November, because that was the last time, like I said, that Obali fought as well, then he should win this fight. I believe a guy of his, I don't want to say class because that would be doubting Obali, but a guy of his experience and the way that he fights, I just don't see Obali's straight line attacks being very good against Donaire as long as Donaire is the same fighter that he was when he fought Inoue in his last fight. I see them straight attacks being countered. I see them thudding shots from Donaire, really making Obali second guess his means of attack. I see Obali slowing down, trying to rely on his slipping versus his jumping in and out as the fight goes deeper and deeper. I just, with Obali being so short and coming from the way that he comes to attack, and I know that Donaire can fight off of angles, I find it hard to think that Obali is going to beat Donaire as long as Donaire is the same fighter that we saw him last. I wouldn't say that I believe Donaire is going to knock him out because, like I said, Obali is very good at slipping. He has a very good defense, but I can see Donaire putting a lot of respect into Obali to where he doesn't want to commit the same that he has against other fighters. I really think Donaire can win this fight. Again, I am assuming Donaire is the same fighter that he was beforehand. So I don't want to drag this video on too long. I gave y'all what I felt their strengths were, what I felt their weaknesses were, and whoever's listening can make an educated guess off of that. But if I had to pick a winner, which I am picking a winner, I pick Donaire by unanimous decision, and I think he's going to have Obali very hesitant to keep attacking in and out like he does. As it goes deeper and deeper and Donaire starts landing them harder and harder shots, I think it's going to sway to Donaire's favor. Now, early in the fight, I think Obali will have his moments, but I think come mid-fight to mid-late, so somewhere in between, say, the 5th to 8th round, you're really going to see Donaire gain and earn that respect from Obali to where his means of attacks are not going to look the same as they have against prior fighters. Donaire is a very good fighter, very good. And I expect him to pull through this, again, as long as he is the same he was a year and a half ago. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Do y'all think Obali's got this? Do y'all think Donaire's got this? Who do y'all feel will win? Again, my unofficial prediction, and I won't count this if I'm right, just like I'm not going to count it if I'm wrong, is Donaire, unanimous decision. And again, look for him to put a lot of respect into Obali and counter Obali as he's leaping in and out to attack. And I could even see him hurting Obali at times in this fight. I just don't believe he'll stop him. Again, let me know what y'all think, and thank y'all for watching. And don't forget, hit the thumbs up, sub, and hit the notification bell. That way you can get updated when I drop the newest content like this.